our reporter, Allie LaForce. And, of course, Christian Brown. Well, the team moving on here without him.
You never want to lose a player with his talent. However, for the guys in the locker room, they might not admit it, but some of them are going to enjoy new opportunities. The new roles and responsibilities might ignite this team a little. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, this team wants Kuminga to do that more. Pass it with a purpose.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the topic, and Coach was impressed by the tape. He said, the more I watch of Jaren, the more I'm convinced he's the best defensive player in the league. He does so much for their team, and we're going to have to be hyper-aware of his weak side help tonight. Coach isn't alone on that appraisal. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Cunningham. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Powell outside. Great D that time from Kamara.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish that play with more authority.
Cunningham, right side. Lays it up and banks it in.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, it's so easy for Kuminga to rise up to the rim.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Tipped. Here's SGA. And SGA throws it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Well, Larry Markkinen comes from a family full of athletes, Brad.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Laurie's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. His other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Larry Markkinen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, BA, is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lowry has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lowry can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
Now here's Levine. A top-tier scorer, averaging a little under 25 points a contest. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocks down the step-back J. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Counted.
When you think of Zach LaVine, his athleticism pops, right? This guy off the drive, so hard to guard.
Pass to Cunningham. Here's Buzelis. Driving in. And that one is stuffed right through.
looking agile on the attack. It's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing.
Count that bucket. 10 points for him.
That makes him 5 for 5 so far. Could be a big night in store.
And Levine, here we go. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Here's Oklahoma City now. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an ease he has.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And he doubled up Cunningham. Here's Kamara. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
Impressive dime by Cuminhim. You can tell he really loves sharing the ball, getting his guys going. One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now here's Cunningham. And he's been a big part of their offense, averaging more than 18 points a game. The Thunder pull it in. 1:36 left to play in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander attacking.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
For three, Powell. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a three. Williams grabs the board. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by one. Pass to Ware. Cunningham looking around. Back to Ware. 5 on the clock. And another miss by Utah. And here's Kuminga. Here's Duran. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pass to Ware. And the baseline jumper, no good.
Boy, taking what's there. Very good shot selection, just not the result you hope for.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Now here's Ware to stop the run. And it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Up in time. And that's not going to go. What a performance for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Thunder?
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
Grant, you played in a more physical era of the NBA. Now it seems like the league is trying to strike a balance there.
I think you're spot on, B.A. There's been some back and forth, trying to keep the game free-flowing and physical. The league's trying for the best of both worlds.
here's Banchero. Yes, Paolo Banchero for two.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pass to Levine. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
Thunder leading by 4. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Well, talking about Jalen Williams, what excites you most about this kid, Doris?
Okay, I don't know where to begin, PA, because you are talking about a legitimate two-way force and a guy who has the potential to be a perennial all-star. He takes on a huge defensive assignment. He can sustain an offense when your star is off the floor. Like, look out, this guy's game is big time. Zach LaVine, one of the most entertaining players in the league. Boy, when he's cooking offensively, look out. This is a guy who will happily go to the line if that's what the defense wants to give him.
Just a crafty move to get free for the dunk.
Yeah, he's not just trying to score, he's trying to embarrass someone.
Dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Banchero takes it. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Boy, this guy is so much fun to watch. There's a level of physicality and toughness. So
hammers it home.
So nice.
Such a big-time athlete. LaVine makes the hardest moves look easy.
It's Banchero with the drive. He's locked in. Dreams his 5th shot in as many attempts.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
How about Levine? Show it off the range.
Yeah, there's the versatility Levine brings to your team. This guy can go on scoring runs and keep you afloat.
Here's Banchero. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Shot is good by Levine.
I'll tell you, he's in a rhythm and playing with purpose. Great first quarter, even better in the second.
Pass to Banchero. Fires the 3. From distance, Paolo.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here. Really giving his team a lift.
And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Zach LaVine draws a level of defensive attention that allows him to draw contact.
Utah shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And so it's Banchero who brings it up to the Thunder. 6-point game. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Memphis where they'll face the Grizzlies. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you, guys. Chet Holmgren talked about how he succeeds in spite of a slender frame. He said, "You can't be afraid of contact. I'll continue to use my strengths out there, my length, being slippery, playing hard, and try to get better at my weaknesses, too, throughout my career. That will leave me in a good spot." Guys?
The sky is the limit for him. All right, Allie, thank you. Pass to Dimon. And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now that's foul number 2, and he's got to avoid another this half if he wants to stay on the floor.
Banchero finishes with force inside.
We watch Paolo Banchero and the offensive arsenal. This guy is just built to score the ball.
Simons. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Boy, a very quiet start, but looks like he's starting to find a little something out there.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So for Oklahoma City. Here's SGA. He's got 15. Here's Kuminga. Into the lane. And Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, Kuminga's drive is quick and it's powerful. He makes it very unappealing to get in his way.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Pass to Duran. The rebound by Ware. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Cunningham. Duran with the rebound. We've got 1:48 left in the second period. And here's SGA. Six on the shot clock. Ooh, Kuminga, so deadly at the rim.
And I think Kuminga is at best down low in the paint.
Here's Cunningham. And he drains the quick shot. Cunningham's got 6.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Yep, count it.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has now emerged into a superstar, and on nights like this, guys, he's unstoppable.
Cunningham outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
And guys, one thing that's triggered this run, their proficiency inside the three-point line.
It's Cunningham with a drive. And Cunningham throws it down.
Cutting apart the defense on the drive, Cunningham's skilled at getting to the cup.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander showing off his skills inside.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Tomorrow, no good. For 3, Powell. And so it's Oklahoma City, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. Back to the game after this break. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Outside Kamara. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's SGA. And SGA throws it down.
See the ball handling ability of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick and roll action. That's nice.
Here's Ware. Off the mark there with a 3. Thunder leading by 16. Powell for 3. The rebound by Ware.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. His first shot coming late. Out to Kuminga. Launches it. Ooh, they pick off the pass. Right side Kamara. Over McDaniels. Kamara, that's good. Kamara's got his second bucket on the night.
And what a read there from Cunningham. Showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Ware. And the dunk by Duran.
Tremendous lead pass. Boy, that makes your teammates happy, folks.
The 3 is up. Duran with the rebound.
Boy, what a frustrating, sluggish start to this half. Brutal.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Well, Doris, when it comes to the mid-range game, is anyone better than SGA?
Boy, when you think of the all-time efficient grades, Kevin Durant can surmount. But SGA is carving out that kind of career. You can post him from the mid-range. His handle gets him to the spots on the floor he wants. He wears that area of the floor out.
SGA can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 14. Cunningham outside. Pass to Ware. Back to Cunningham. 6 to shoot. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
Boy, despite his efficiency, they just can't get over the hump.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Cunningham. Here's Levine. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Powell sets a screen. It's McDaniels on the wing. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, such an impressive athlete. Mr. McDaniels sent it in.
Levine tenacious inside.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
McDaniels from long range. Utah with the rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander. A quick shot there. It's off target. And Levine, here we go. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, boys.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears him to the veterans. Oh, my goodness, the quickness of SGA, the burst. It's like a blur.
Has to Ware. Cunningham outside. Back to Ware. Uncovered. And the shot falls short that time.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the field.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Down by 12. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you, Brian.
A great organization. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
The kick out to Banchero. Clock at 6. Here's Demon. And he gets that one. Demon's got his first basket. Jazz trail by 11. Simons deciding where to go with it. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look.
Here's Banchero. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Simons. Rips it home off a terrific move.
I'll tell you, Simons can really book it. When he's at full speed, good luck catching up.
Thunder leading by 10. And Carroll drives. Ooh, Ben Carroll for the driving slam.
We understand he's the leader of this offense. They look to get him the ball every chance they get.
There's Simons with a three. And his first miss of the day. Now 6 for 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. And Ben Carroll gets it to go. Ben Carroll's got 7 points here in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Simons outside. Another miss by Simons. And so it's Oklahoma City up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
Thanks for that, Allie. And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Dagnall, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the basket is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 29.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Has to wear. Oh, he goes up! High for the two-handed slam.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Kamara. Off target with the three.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
And they go to the intentional foul. And it's the Thunder with the ball. All sorts of time. Chalk up 2 there. And Carroll's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, Banchero nails that mid-range with ease.
Inside. Has to wear. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Buzelis. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
To the wing on the left. Here's Duran. Nice shot from the wing. And the Thunder lead by 15. Levine with it. Pass to Buzelis. No good with the triple. It's George on the wing. McDaniels. Tipped back in for 2.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Buzelis. Pass to Levine. Puts up a 3. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. Obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
So the execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Cunningham. And he lays it up and in.
Yeah, strong player mentally. Cunningham showing the physical strength on that play.
McDaniels up top. Shot is blocked. Cade on the move. Can't cash it in from close range. Oklahoma City leading by 14. And looks like an illegal pick was set against the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Basket's good.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Oh, excellent way to add the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And it's Ware missing.
Geez, you can almost feel his desperation. He wants so badly to see the ball go through the net.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Levine attacks. Oh, wow!
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Levine has got a creative streak.
SGA. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
He made a three back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Drives to the hoop. Oh, the stuff.
And that's what you get with Cunningham running the show.
And he commits the intentional foul. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Oklahoma City leading by 12. And Caro in the post. Yes, sir! From 13 feet.
You see the fearlessness on the interior by Paolo Banchero. This is his comfort zone.
Levine challenging. McDaniels with a steal. Now Kuminga. Banchero. Oh, what a jam! Holding nothing back.
Boy, the ability to get off your feet in that quick a fashion. Paolo Banchero, tough to deal with.
It's Levine with a drive. Five to shoot. Cunningham fires. The three is off. So it's Oklahoma City now.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Thunder.
Boy, this was one physical game, guys.
They obviously felt that was an advantage of theirs coming in, and they were able to be relentless inside as a result.
And in the big picture, this marks their 43rd win of the year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with two more left to play.
And what a huge performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And he comes up with a bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 37.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
They're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us. Tonight. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForge reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Christian Brown. Without his presence, they have to overcome the hole there.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating. Different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
There's Kuminga. And finished off by Kuminga.
How about the rim rattler from Kuminga, really showing off the bounce there.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the made shot from Zach LaVine. Back to SGA. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Powell. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
And Cuminhim with the slam.
Look at him get up. Cade has some hops now.
Pass to McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And McDaniels with the block.
With a swat from McDaniels. With a near 7-foot wingspan, he can cover a lot of ground.
And SGA has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Fires the 3. It's good from long range.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Assertive drive by Cunningham. Just took off and never looked back.
Pass to Duran. And here is Powell. Lets the 3 fly. And Will pulls it down.
Well, there you have it, their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting. Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this year.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Open look for Cuminhim. Hits the target from 18 feet. Cunningham's got his third basket of the night right there. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Duran. McDaniels outside. Overdone. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And that one, good. Cunningham's got 8 points.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring rate.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. At the top of the key, Powell. Pass to Prosper. Powell with the steal. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does it all. He said, once I made an emphasis to try to affect the game on both ends of the floor, I have found myself having success. So for me, it's just a want to. Coach Mark Daigneault said, he wants to win, and if you want to win, you have to do the invisible things. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, truly a two-way talent. Okay, thank you, Allen. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 12.
And you have to know that's coming from Gilgeous-Alexander. He is not shy beyond the arc.
Cunningham outside. Shot clock at 6. He doesn't hit that one. The Thunder leading by 5. Here's SGA. That's no good, but only his first miss in 6 shots. Pass to Buzelis. Cunningham up top. He's got 10. It's over Powell. And again, Cunningham missing. Outside, SGA. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Good on the shot.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
And it's Ware in the corner. A fader. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Cunningham. Thunder with the rebound. Here's SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. They kept going to him again. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for Oklahoma City?
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And, guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered in the style, you have to score more now at playing position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
And the slam dunk by Simon.
Anthony Simons flying high to finish that one.
Here's Ben Carroll. Outside for George. Ben Carroll with the screen. And it's George missing. Jazz trip by 10. Levine, that's good. Levine's got 7 points.
Well, if you're going to go in there, you have to want it. Levine did.
Here's Devin. And the layup is good. And the Thunder lead by 10.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Pass to George. Here's Demon. 5 points in the game. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And the more Banchero knocks down shots, the more comfortable he's going to be in the league.
Here's Simon. And the slam dunk by Simon.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Well, despite that turnover, they've done a decent job taking care of the ball, and they'll need to continue that if they want to hold on to this lead.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Ben Carroll. Here's Matkovic. And the basket is good. Matkovic has got his first bucket in this one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Utah now. 9-point game.
Well, picking up his second foul, he can still be aggressive, but has to be smart about it.
Here's Simons. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And Misi throws it down.
Well, when Simons is making plays for others, this offense becomes even more dangerous.
Here's Ben Carroll. Lays it up off the glass. Ben Carroll's got 6.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of
pass to Misi. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Off target with his 3. The Thunder leading by 9. They swipe it. And here's Levine. 10 points for him. And the jam by Levine.
Well, the defense has got to know, when Levine is getting hot like this, they're in for a long night.
What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr. coach brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year, who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league.
Here's Ben Carroll. Misi grabs the rebound.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Pass to Simon. There's the three. That's no good, and now he's missed two and made two. Here's Matkovic. The three from George. The rebound by Simon.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So both teams changing it up here. .129 left in the first half. Nice move. And Cuminhim with the layup. Cunningham's got 14 points.
Big night for Cuminhim. This is why he went first overall. Cade can take over a game.
Outside, Kuminga. Score the basket, his second of two attempts.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
The 19-foot shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 16.
Yeah, that's a shot that Cuminhim is very comfortable with. No problem with the mid-range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Inside. Where? And that one is hammered home.
I just love to watch Cuminhim orchestrate. At his size, that passing is elite.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Here's Gilgis Alexander. Cuminhim with it. 16 points for him. Pass to Buzelis. With one on the clock, and he's good! The buzzer!
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The Thunder with the lead. Out to the wing. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
How much power from Jalen Duran. Goodness.
Pass to Cunningham. And then Cunningham slams it in.
Well, you know that one's going to make the highlight reel. Cunningham providing the entertainment.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you, Kevin.
Yep, a wonderful organization. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. And there it is for him.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Powell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. Utah trailing here. Cuminhim right side.
Hey guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of player. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. From the arc, Gilgeous-Alexander is pure.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Cuminhim gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Banchero outside. Bucket is good. Banchero's got 8.
Nice job by Banchero. He is so aggressive in the paint.
Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA. Well, this is the story of the night for that defense. They have not been able to contain Cuminhim.
Count it, good. 10 points for him.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now, SGA. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Cuminhim outside. Driving inside. And Cuminhim with the slam.
And just blitzing his way to the rim. Cuminhim attacked at full speed.
SGA from outside. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Now, here's SGA. 6 to shoot. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
Cuminhim outside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. McDaniels on the wing. Here's Banchero. He's got 10. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. .143 left in the third quarter. Outside, Simon.
Such a great score. Simons can carry an offense for a stretch. Now he's working on the night-to-night consistency.
He throw good, Simon. And it's tied up with that one.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
To the paint. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Craig, you watch Jalen Green. So much upside potential.
Yeah, he can be streaky, but one of the most combustible scorers in the league. When he's on, he can take over single-handedly.
Pass to Nisi. Back to Simons. To the middle. Just 5 to shoot. For the lead. A miss that time. Would have put him up. .50 seconds left in the third. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
Hey, if you're looking for creativity midair, you're in the right place. Duran with the flourish.
Timeout.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Here's Simons. Banked in off the glass. Simons has got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Stripped away. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. For the lead, bangs home the trifecta. Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. Duran a screen. It'll count. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Utah Jazz. And his big game just keeps getting 61. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Pass to Ware. The kick out to Cunningham. Lays it up and punks it in. Cunningham's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Jazz. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, that's just his first turnover of the game. So we'll give him a pass on that one.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Outside, Levine. All 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
SGA, that's a 2-pointer. Cunningham with some nice D. Jazz leading by 4. Pass to Buzelis. Powell with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone.
Making good use of his length. Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for Utah. And there's the drive. Missed inside.
Seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup. He tried to go to something else and flat out choked him.
First team foul.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Outside, SGA. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
Cunningham showing his game extends above the rim.
Here's SGA. Power down with both hands.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there. So that brings him up to 4 fouls. So he's forced to hold himself back a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander so quick off the floor.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
To take the lead. And he sinks the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 28 points for the game.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Cunningham's shot is off. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
And Allie, thanks so much. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
To stop the run. And Cunningham with the slam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Tries it from the top of the key. Again, the Thunder score.
Paolo Banchero living up to those lofty expectations of great young players.
Now Cunningham. And he hits from 17.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
George sets a screen. Floats one up. He gets the bucket on the way in.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Cunningham fires. Creating space. What a move.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels strength. Love the confidence from the young fella.
The Thunder leading by 4. And here's Banchero. And he blows the dunk. What in the world happened? That will be. Down it goes for 3.
Those are huge points from Levine. Stepping up.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 1:21 left in the fourth. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. And so Levine will bring it up now for Utah. It's a 1-point game. Oh, look at that.
Well, in a situation like this, you go to a proven scorer like Levine every time.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared. Alexander. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Cuminhim. You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
An effective stopper at the rim. Duran sure knows how to use those long arms.
And that's an intentional foul. He sinks the clutch free throw. And the Jazz making a change here. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
Well, they needed those. He stayed calm and got it done.
Now, here's Cuminhim. Drives to the hoop. Good!
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. He's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And Mark Degno calls time. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Guys, what are their best options now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Now, Banchero knocks down the three. This would tie it. Good.
And give credit to Coach there for drawing that up. He positioned these guys for immediate success.
And regulation now complete. Will go to overtime. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Here we go. Gilgeous Alexander. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Feeling it out a bit. 5 to shoot. Now Gilgeous Alexander. Powell outside. And here's Cunningham. Cleared away by George. And so it's Powell who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. He takes it in. Gilgeous Alexander. 3. Good.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Puts it right back up and in.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Utah trailing here. Cunningham on the wing. And he jams it in.
That's an aggressive play and a chance for Cunningham to get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
It's good from Cunningham.
Terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called for. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And the Thunder making a change here. The Jazz with the lead. Cuminhim with it. Takes it inside. Does not go. And the Thunder with the possession here. Overtime and full swing here with 2 minutes off the clock.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, those are big free throws, helping to stretch out this lead.
Now, Bankhead. Now, SGA. Just 5 on the clock. Jordan. Oh, the slam dunk.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
In the vein, here we go. He answers with a dunk of his own.
Beautiful. LaVine getting more comfortable as a go when it matters most.
Here is Durham. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Does not go in. And Will Hardy is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Now in the box for the foul. Number 30.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure it would foul someone different.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Hey, talk about a cool customer. Icing this one with some clutch free throws.
And it's SGA penetrating. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And Zuri drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Now, here's Gilgeous Alexander. He finishes with a one-handed dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand. And he's the one.
Doing the same. Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish.